And your title?
I'm a Director of Business Development for the company, which in itself is unusual.
It is for a CPA firm.
I'm not a CPA, but I admire what they do. But I love what I do, and that is that I'm out really kind of monitoring what's happening in the business community. Having a person like myself, or actually a marketing department, is quite unique for CPA firms. CPA firms have a tendency to be very focused, and CPAs spend all their time looking at those computer screens, and I'm out there in the field talking to business people, really kind of getting a feeling for what is happening in the community now. So,
well, you know, that's what's changed in business now. You know, the business model's changed a little bit. You can't just, you know, unlock the door to the office and, you know, again with CPAs, just start doing your accounting work and be done with it. So
I think, Joy, though, a lot of CPA firms still think that way. They still, you know, I hear, one of the things that I hear from businesses today when they're looking for, let's say, changing to a new CPA firm, they talk about communication.
So, you know, we're talking about businesses, and communication with CPAs is one of the things that you're hearing. Is that what I...
The lack of.
The lack of.
The lack of.
Okay.
So they get a CPA and they hear from them at the end of the year. You know, I tell businesses, if in fact that is what you're getting from your CPA firm, you really don't need a CPA firm. Then a really good quality accounting firm would be just fine.
And if you're just going to drop off your stuff and have somebody,
the reason why that is that no CPA can do anything for you when it's time to do your taxes. You need to have a CPA look at your books, a minimum of quarterly, so they can forecast where you are, especially if your business is growing. And you know, in this economy, we have a lot of small businesses in Monterey that are starting to grow. Things are getting better. You want to know, are you going to make more money? What can you do to save taxes? And you need to plan that. You need to forecast that. It's not, you don't just go wait till the end of the year and say, okay, here it is. What do I do now? Because it's too late.
Because you want somebody that's not just an accountant, you want somebody that's also similar to a financial planner for you, for your business.
Well, you know what's really interesting is that business people, if they were to look at major corporations and go back in their history when they started, you know, a lot of companies in Silicon Valley that had started small and now are big.
Right.
And one of the things in their as they move forward into their growth, there reaches a point where the first thing they do, when they can afford it, is they hire a CFO. So, you know, why do they hire a CFO? Because having someone around that can look at all their changes, their growth, their purchasing of buildings, of real estate, the banking relationships, it certainly helps to have a financial expert to be able to help them through that. What we like to do for our business clients is that we like to be their CFO.
Oh, good.
And we do that. We have a pricing structure in which when I give you an estimate of what the cost is going to be, whether that's on a monthly program or a quarterly program, included in that, Joy, is 1 hour of CPA time. And it's usually Joe Green, which means that, I mean, here's a man with 35 years experience as a CPA. There's probably not much he hasn't seen or done. And he can answer a lot of questions in that hour. Because I find that a lot of businesses that have CPA firms are really reluctant to pick up that phone and call them because they worry about, well, what's this going to cost me? Right. And is this question I have really, is it worth that cost?
Is it worth the cost?
They spend more time thinking about that than just picking up the phone and saying, hey, I want to buy a new truck, or I'm thinking about purchasing real estate. Well, how do I do that? What's best for me? And so that's where I believe we're unique, in that we are constantly looking at ways of advising our clients and helping them. We have the capability of doing benchmarking. What that means is that we have a service that we have had for many, many years that allow us to take your P&L and process it with this database and compare your business to like businesses. We can do that on we can do it in an area, geographical area, let's say Monterey County. We can do it in California, we can do it in the western states, we can do it in the United States and Canada. But in essence, you can compare your business. Let's say you own a restaurant and you want to know are you profitable on a per table basis? Is your bar profitable? You know, how do you compare to other businesses like yours?
Well, and you always wonder that. You always
Of
wonder
course.
what the other guy's doing, and then you go, well, you know, I can ask them, but are they going to tell me the truth,
Exactly.
or you know, whatnot?
Well, ours information comes from processed profit and loss statements that have been certified and scrubbed. The names have been changed,
Right,
obviously.
sure.
But that information is invaluable to a business that's growing and wanting to make sure that they're doing the right thing. We have the ability to do profit analysis. We have, you know, we have our own app, by the way. And
Wow.
which really makes us unique in that you can download our app for iPhone or for Google. So, you know, a lot of people say, well, okay, what's so great about that? Why do I need that? Well, what if you're in another city and you need, for whatever reason, you need to take a look at your P&L. Maybe you're negotiating with a supplier. Maybe you're on vacation and you meet someone who says, oh, that's a great business. Maybe I could be an investor. Well, you can't, and they say, I'd like to look at your books, or at least your P&L. Well, you can take your phone, put in a password, go to our secured portal, and you can look at your P&L and you can download it to a computer that's by and print it out.
Oh, wow.
I mean, in real time. So, I mean, think about that. Let's say that you get a letter from the IRS. Now, businesses, when they get those, I don't know if anyone that feels good about that, right?
I don't
You
open
go,
them. No. Wait a minute.
Yeah, so what you can do
Yeah.
is that you can put it, you know, you can take that paper, put it down, take a picture of it with your phone, upload it through the portal, and one of our CPAs can look at it immediately. So there's no stress. We can say, oh, this is what that is.
You don't have to
worry
make
about
an appointment and see you in 2 weeks,
Absolutely.
and you know you're thinking you're going to jail.
So we take technology and we use it to benefit our clients, because I believe that technology, they're just tools.
Yeah.
You know, the eyeball to eyeball, the connection you have to make, you make, the importance of having that relationship and trust, that's never going to go away. But having technology to help you go through that, or to benefit you know, that ability is to me
Well,
invaluable.
like you said too, it's a time saver. You know, so many of us are so busy with, you know, work and play and everything else in between time, that, you know, time is really valuable.
We have our newsletter, and you know, going back to the app. If you had the app on your phone, we did an analysis at the beginning of the year because of the new tax laws, and we had that was available on your iPhone. So if you had our app, you'd be able to look at that. We have a award-winning website, by the way, that's filled with video. So you can, if you want to, you know, there's certain things you want to learn about, how you're thinking about starting a business. Joe Green has done a series of videos to talk about how you select this, you know, an accountant, how do you set up your books. We have experts on our staff that are experts in QuickBooks, so we can set up a system. We can do it, we can handle it internally, or we can turn the system over to you, and then we can just extract the data at the end of the month. So we have the ability to do a lot of things for our clients, but all of those things benefit the client.
That's a whole different concept from the old CPA way,
it sure is.
isn't
It
it?
sure is.
Yeah, it is. I see here too, you have a referral rewards program for your clients.
We have yes, we do. We have a, you know what, you know, this hasn't changed in all my years in business. The best way to build your business is through referrals.
Oh, absolutely.
And you know, what better way? There isn't a better way. And so I've instituted a program in the company in which when we get a referral from our client, then we give them a credit toward their next bill. So if they're, you know, I tell some new clients, I say, well, you know, if you give us a lot of referrals, you might not have to pay this at all. You know, and they're impressed by that. So yeah, it works.
Sure, absolutely, absolutely. So you're open weekdays, Monday through Friday?
Monday through Friday.
Okay. And then what services are offered? So
God,
you mentioned some of them, but...
a breadth of services.
Okay.
But, you know, like bookkeeping is something that we do, or we can show a business owner how they can have that done. But our value comes in helping business owners plan strategically on how to build their business, how to be more profitable, what kind of investments to make. Those, to me, are the things that really make the difference. You know, like I said, why do businesses, when they get to a certain size, bring on a CFO? Because they want to have that expertise.
In this economy, what kind of challenges are you facing?
Well, it's getting better, and the people that are succeeding are the ones that are really working smart. You know, they're really, and they're business owners that are working in their business. And when I meet people like that, you know, it's admirable. It's exciting to see that today. But at the same time, I'll let them know that what they should think about is to be working on their business as opposed to in their business.
There you go.
Because what happens when you start working in your business is that you get caught up in a day-to-day routine, and you're not looking at, you're not planning, you're not forecasting, you're not doing the things that you really need to do to grow properly. And that's where we come in to help.